This is CTC News with Wesley Kotar, broadcasting from Sint-Eustatius, Dutch Caribbean. Sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
It's Monday, June 24, 2013 on the Golden Rock. Good evening, I am Wesley Kotar and this is CTC News, broadcasting live from CTC Studios at Statius Mall. In tonight's local news, joint potable water facility not feasible for the islands, supermarket owner fights off robbers, Golden Rock Dive Center introduces Dive Glide device. Details in local news right after this.
All I know is hustle and that motivation. So I'm on my grind like it's an obligation. And I was down before in countless situations. I just got back up and now I fly like there's no gravitation. Came from the bottom and I saw that I'ma make it up. And all this work keep paying off if you don't give it up. I remember when I just kept on slipping up. And now I hear a beat and now all I do is rip it up. And I'ma get what's mine, tell them G up cause I'm on that grind. All I know is going hard cause you don't grind and you don't shine. Lot of people got the chance but they got intercepted. I don't let haters take me down, I stay protected.
CTC News, sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
A joint drinking water facility in Dutch Caribbean is not feasible and too expensive, Dutch Minister of Home Affairs and Kingdom Relations Ronald Blasterk informed the Second Chamber of the Dutch Parliament on Thursday. The Second Chamber's Permanent Committee for Kingdom Relations had asked the Minister for additional information regarding the energy policy of the list of agreements that was made during the Inter-Parliamentary Consultation for the Kingdom, IPKO, in The Hague in March this year. The committee wanted to know about the possibilities for a joint potable water facility for the Caribbean Netherlands, Islands, Bonaire, Sint-Eustatius, and Saba, and the countries Aruba, Curaçao, and Sint Maarten. A joint water facility is not feasible in practice and is not affordable. On none of the islands is there a natural source of drinking water. Water storage is very expensive and requires a lot of space. Transport is also expensive, stated Blasterk. According to the minister, the drinking water facility in Saba is a priority for the Dutch Ministry of Infrastructure and Environment, INM, as well as the sewage treatment in Bonaire. The ministry has allocated funds in its budget for these two priorities. The Second Chamber had also requested an inventory of the possibilities of cooperation between the islands where it concerns the distribution of energy through, for example, the exchange of know-how and the transport of energy between the islands. Blasterk stated that an inventory was not possible at this time. The minister predicted that the new independent energy companies in Sint-Eustatius and Saba, which will become operational on December 5, 2013, will closely cooperate to reduce costs. The details of that cooperation are still being discussed, he added. The diesel for the GEBE branches in Sint-Eustatius and Saba to generate electricity is supplied by Sol from Sint Maarten. A tender procedure has started for a contract with a new supplier, Blasterk explained. Sint-Eustatius and Saba have the ambition to make use of wind energy. Bonaire already makes use of this alternative green source of energy. Wind measuring devices were installed in Sint-Eustatius and Saba several weeks ago to see whether wind energy is a realistic option for the islands, the minister stated. The police in Sint-Eustatius made an arrest Saturday evening after an attempted robbery was foiled by the owner of a supermarket who put up a fight with the robbers. The police said they made one arrest and expect to make one or two more arrests shortly. More details were not available at press time, but the police said they will give a full report as the investigation progresses. The crime rate in St. Eustatius has increased recently, especially among youngsters. The suspects in Saturday's attempted robbery are also said to have been juveniles. Golden Rock Dive Center introduced a new form of water sport which makes it possible to glide through the water without a sound. The device, called Dive Glide, was invented by Glenn Ferris. He explained that after many years of development, it is now possible to fly through the water without sound. Dive Glide is a powerful, fast, and virtually maintenance-free way of moving through the water using natural forces. Forward motion is created by manipulating position correction, positive and negative buoyancy in the way many marine animals do. Dive Glide is equipped with scuba tanks and weights are mounted inside the hull of the glider. The applications are wide, but anyone wanting to go fast, far, or who just feels like flying should try it out, said Ferris. No batteries mean that one can travel with it around the world easily. Dive Glide is presently only available in Statia at Golden Rock Dive Center, where one can fly, said the inventor. Contracts are in negotiation with other locations around the globe as Dive Glide starts production in a built-to-order basis. As lifelong water sports enthusiast and professional, Ferris said, "If you love being in the water, you have to try this out. It's not what you expect, it's much more." Dive Glide was recently demonstrated at several locations in Statia, Bonaire, and Curaçao, and the response was overwhelmingly positive and described as awesome, incredible, and amazing. Everyone who tried it, from the most experienced to the beginner, had the same impression. It's very exciting, lots of fun, and they couldn't wait to do it again. Coming up in regional news, countries agree to share methods of investigation. Details in regional and international news right after this.
Make it a better place.
The way of life and technology are advancing daily in both positive and negative aspects. It's time for parents and guardians to take control. Know and control the websites your kids are visiting on computers, tablets, and cellular phones. Access to the internet can have many positive values, but without the correct parental control, those values can be covered by negative content with just one click. Parental control. Learn about it at www.parentalcontrol.org.
Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me.
CTC News, sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
Welcome back. This is our regional and international segment for this evening. The Netherlands, Aruba, Curaçao, and St. Martin have agreed to support each other in the application of technical investigation methods by sharing expertise and the use of these means. This was one of the results of the so-called Judicial Four Parties consultation of the four Justice Ministers of the Kingdom, which was held in Aruba on Friday. Sharing know-how and techniques are important to combat modern offenders who nowadays make maximum use of the available techniques, the Justice Minister stated at a press conference on Friday. Sharing know-how and techniques can also lower cost. The cost aspect is important in this cooperation because the countries are limited in their resources to finance investigation methods. It was agreed that the Attorneys General will draft an action plan together with the Kingdom Detective Team, RST, and the police forces of the individual countries. The plan has to be ready in November, in time for the next Judicial Four Parties consultation in December. The ministers also discussed the Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard, a regular hot topic at the meetings of the Justice Ministers. Especially Curaçao and St. Martin want changes in the policy of this organization. The Justice Ministers also spoke about the priorities of the judicial sector. combating of drugs and human trafficking are the focal points. Other priorities include break-ins, violent crimes, domestic violence, and youth crime. The budget of the Joint Court of Justice was discussed as well, said Dowers of Aruba. He explained that the ministers have a joint responsibility for the court. We have spoken about the consequence of budget cuts for the individual countries, he said. No details were provided on this issue. And now in international news, scientists warn against complacency on deadly H7N9 bird flu virus. A new and deadly strain of bird flu that emerged in China in February but seems to have petered out in recent months could reappear later this year when the warm season comes to an end and could spread internationally, scientists said on Monday. A study by researchers in China and Hong Kong found only one human case of the H7N9 bird flu strain has been identified since early May. In the preceding months, the virus, which was unknown in humans until February, has infected more than 130 people in China and Taiwan, killing 37 of them, according to the World Health Organization. The warm season has now begun in China, and only one new laboratory-confirmed case of H7N9 in human beings has been identified since May 8, 2013, the researchers wrote in a study published in the Lancet Medical Journal. But they added, if H7N9 follows a similar pattern to H5N1, the epidemic could reappear in the autumn. H5N1 is another deadly strain of bird flu which emerged in 2003 and has since spread around the world. Latest World Health Organization's data on H5N1 show it has killed 375 of the 630 people confirmed as infected in the past 10 years. Many H5N1 cases have been in Egypt, Indonesia, and Vietnam. The researchers from the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention in Beijing and the University of Hong Kong said the potential lull in H7N9 could offer health officials a chance to properly discuss and plan ahead for the possibility of the flu's return and wider spread. This should include plans to build healthcare capacity in the region in view of the possibility that H7N9 could spread beyond China's borders, they said. Experts from the United Nations agency said last month the bird flu outbreak in China had cost the economy some $6.5 billion. In a second study published in the same journal, the researchers also found that while H7N9 flu has a lower risk of death than its much-feared cousin H5N1, it has a higher fatality risk than the 2009 H1N1 flu, which swept the world in 2009 and 2010 in pandemic. After analyzing data on hospital admissions, the team found that H5N1 bird flu had a fatality risk of around 60% for patients admitted to hospital, almost double that of the new H7N9 strain, which has a death rate of about a third of those hospitalized with the infection. Pandemic H1N1, often referred to as swine flu, killed 21% of those it infected who were taken into hospital, the researchers said. The team urged health officials and doctors not to be lulled into a false sense of security by the sharp drop-off in H7N9 cases in recent weeks. And that was it for our news stories for this evening. Coming up next, your 3-day weather forecast for the islands of Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. Details on local weather conditions after the break.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
Make it a better place.
The way of life and technology are advancing daily in both positive and negative aspects. It's time for parents and guardians to take control. Know and control the websites your kids are visiting on computers, tablets, and cellular phones. Access to the internet can have many positive values, but without the correct parental control, those values can be covered by negative content with just one click. Parental control. Learn about it at www.parentalcontrol.org.
Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
And now for your 3-day weather forecast. We will begin on station Sabre. Tonight, Monday, June 24th, scattered showers, temperatures of 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with winds east at 17 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Tuesday, June 25th, scattered showers, temperatures of 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with the winds east at 19 miles per hour. On Wednesday, June 26th, scattered showers, temperatures of 83 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% chances of rain with the winds east at 18 miles per hour. We now move over to St. Martin. Tonight, Monday, June 24th, scattered showers, temperatures of 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with winds east at 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow on Tuesday, June 25th, scattered showers, temperatures of 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with the winds east at 13 miles per hour. Finally, on Wednesday, June 26th, scattered showers, temperatures of 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% chances of rain with the winds east-southeast at 13 miles per hour. That was another edition of CTC News. We will be back on Wednesday. Thanks once again for joining us. Until next time, do have a good one.